I thought you had a photo shoot this morning.
I do. Them all won't be ready in at least another 90 minutes. They have to get their makeup and stuff.
Then why you have me set the alarm so early?
You wouldn't want me to be late now, would you?
See, I told you about drinking all night when you have an early morning.
Okay. If you're gonna go all AA on me, I guess I'm up. You're not getting up?
That's the beauty of being self-employed, sweetie.
Whatever, Mr. Lazy. Hey, Jason, looks like you have a message.
You say anything to get me out of bed, huh?
I don't need a lot of you. I said get out of bed, not get in the shower with me.
Sorry, sweet. I got a morning meeting to get to. My name is Jason Campbell. I was personally responsible for over $3 billion being exchanged over the last 5 years. My work has affected the last 3 presidential elections and 1/3 world government being overthrown. I have personally been involved with over 100,000 Americans losing their jobs. My net worth is $15 million.
So give me a call later this week.
Okay, sweetie. I'm one of the most powerful figures in the world of corporate and international finance. Oh, by the way, did I mention? Technically, I don't even exist.
Yeah. Ride with me, I'll be on the spot. Pushing what I got, pushing what I got, yeah. Ride with me, I'll be on the spot. Pushing what I got, pushing what I got, yeah. Cause I'ma grind until I get mine. Cause I'ma grind until I get mine. Cause I'ma grind until I get mine. Get mine.
Cash crooks and come up. Police perpetrators, player haters all among us. Murder, misery, madness, that's all more than sung us. Makes me wanna holler, hell on earth the devil brung us. Power of the secret, devastation stung us. Like a bee, they dangle bait in our face like honey. Politicians debate, not for change for money. Poor people poverty, prosecutors are hungry. Killers on trial, lives in the hands of the children. Rage in the eyes of the stressed and fed up. Crowd of jails, criminals, that's the way it's set up. She's hot, used to smoke pot, now she smoke rock. Didn't listen to Pop when he told her keep your head up. Lost hope, hung herself for the rope, then let up. The wrong path, hung fate, they finally met up. Addicts struggle with habits, they can't kick. Fuck that, I gotta get mine.
Ride with me, I'll be on the spot.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Charlie Sheen and Wall Street, right? Well, not exactly. See, Charlie was participating in inside trading. You know, seeking out information before it went public and passing it on to Michael Douglas's character. That's not what I do. See, inside traders seek out information on what other companies are up to. I, on the other hand, am the one that makes the companies do what I need. Let me give you an example. Let's say Company X wants to take over Company Y. Company X then will hire me to convince Company Y not to fight the takeover. And I would use any means necessary short of physical harm. In my field of work, bribery and blackmail are the most common tools of the trade. Catching the wrong executive in the right hotel room with the wrong woman can be just as effective as duct tape for a bribe. Especially when the woman and photographer were both hired by me. Now, you might be thinking I live a real glamorous lifestyle. And you couldn't be more wrong. I admit, I drive a $40,000 luxury car. Black, of course. Also, I have a 3-bedroom condo with a great view. Though my girlfriend Molly spends more time there than I do. But I don't have an office or a staff. My partners consist of a waitress at a local coffee shop who serves as my contact, and a private investigator who helps me out when things get a little physical. And although most of my dealings are with multi-million-dollar companies, I don't have a lot of meetings in large boardrooms filled with $700 an hour corporate lawyers. No, most of my meetings takes place in a place like this park here, before the sun even breaks the horizon. This morning I'm meeting with a lab tech from Ryan Internationals, who happens to have a real bad gambling problem that his wife and children have yet to discover. Now, for enough money to clear his debt with the bookies and take his wife and kids out on a month-long vacation in Paris, he's provided me with the specs to a new microchip. And after the specs are verified, my client will quietly begin buying up Ryan Labs stock. And when the news of the chip goes public, he will sell his shares on the open market for 10 times what he paid for them. Upon delivery of the specs, I will receive my modest commission of $250,000. $250K for a little bit more than 2 weeks' work. Not bad, huh?
Thank you for meeting this morning, Mr. Smith. I really want to get this done as soon as possible.
No problem. I was glad to get your email this morning.
Well, so how does this work?
It's real simple. You put down the bag and pick up the briefcase. Inside you find the amount agreed upon, and documents confirming that you had a very good weekend at the casino.
Wow, just like that. Well, okay.
There's really no reason to count it. I'm not in the business of screwing over people that's helping me out.
Oh, no, Mr. Smith. I meant no disrespect.
Good day, sir. And try to be more careful with your betting.
Yes, I will do that. And good day to you too.
Good morning, sleepyhead. Yeah, I got him. Yeah, go ahead and make the call.
When I was young, couldn't wait for the day I could be grown to get the fam out them projects and buy that new home. I learned the hard way, growing up in Southside Queens. I seen a lot pursuing the rest, give up on their dreams. Couldn't wait to see how my friends turn out in their teens. Some became successful, some became fiends. By any means, I would say determined, stay on my grind. Had plans for my life, but see, I knew it took time to make something out of nothing. Cause I wanted to shine, bright enough to open your eyes before they was blind. Look how I transformed like Optimus Prime. But I'm trapped in this New York state of mind. My mom always said everything would be fine. Yup, we moved on up to the east side. She went from that Central to that S55. We drove a long way from trying to survive.
Ride with me, I'll be on.
Hey, what happened, Jason, my man? Hi, Tony.
It's $4.75. Thank you. Hey, Tony, watch the front. I'll be back in a minute.
No problem, Mama Tita. I'm here to serve.
I can't believe you actually called me at 5 o'clock this morning.
Hey, don't blame me. The guy wanted to meet before dawn. So did you get your transfer yet?
No problem. 200 for you, 10 for Mickey, and my 40. Checked it before I came in this morning. Courier will be by at 10 to pick up the package.
Great. Then I'm going home to get back into my bed.
Hold up, JC. We might already have another one online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I emailed the info to you this morning.
I guess I'll take a look at it when I get home. What's the deadline?
Nothing specific, but the client does seem anxious.
Okay, I'm on top of it. In all honesty, I really didn't want to jump right into another project. I mean, Molly and I barely see each other, and she's beginning to complain. But I couldn't fault Wendy. She's just doing what I hired her to do. I met her here at this cafe, and we hit it off right away. Tried dating, but we quickly figured out we weren't right for each other. She made an excellent front man. Low-key job that had people coming in and out all day. Though she could buy this cafe and 5 more like it if she really wanted to. I decided to sleep late the next morning. Finally, I started to look into my new target. The company was Molson Imports out of some hick town in Alabama. Not a large company, only about 500 employees. A company this size would usually go unnoticed by the sharks that hire me. But the fact that Molson had reported gaining profits the last 3 years in this economy made him stick out like a whore in church. It shouldn't take a lot to convince him to sell. Moms and pop operations are quicker to sell than most people would imagine. Looks like my last client let his friends in on Ryan Laboratories. No sweat off my back, as long as it's checklist. Good afternoon. My name is James Conley, and I need to book a flight to Dothan, Alabama. Tomorrow morning? Yes. That'll be fine, thank you. Next morning, I hopped the flight to Dothan, Alabama, because you first have to get a good feel for the people running the target company. Fortune 500 or the Wall Street Journal is the best way. But when you're dealing with a small company, you sometimes must make personal appearances. After a 4-hour layover and such a wonderful flight in the world's smallest plane, from Birmingham to Dothan, I felt a shower was in order. Think I've located the local hangout. I'll check it out later. Right now, I just want to get some sleep. According to my research, Molson Import won the Battle of Dothan. That's right, the Battle of Dothan. Seems like for years, the Dothan economy was fueled by a frozen chicken processing plant. Over 80% of the people worked here in some capacity for the plant. Michael Molson Sr. was a truck driver who didn't appreciate how management treated him, so he decided to start his own company. Michael was making progress against the processing plant, but the final blow came after his death. One night, a mysterious fire gutted nearly 90% of the processing plant, making Molson Imports the largest business in Dothan. Now, when dealing with any company targeted for takeover, you don't want them to know you're coming. You want a genuine reaction to your initial offers of a buy. So this is why I'm making an unannounced visit to Molson on Monday morning, usually the busiest day for any company as they are planning for the week ahead.
Welcome to Molson Imports. How may I help you?
Hello, my name is John Connors, and I represent an investment company in New York City and would like to speak to Mr. Molson, please.
Mr. Connor, if you please take a seat, I'll see what I can do to assist you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Do you know your company has sent you on a wild goose chase?
Oh? How so?
Well, Mr. Molson Sr. died over 10 years ago, and his son, Mikey Jr., doesn't ever come here.
But according to our records, the Molsons still own this company.
Yeah, sure they do. Mikey Jr. is the CEO, and his mother and sister are senior members of the board. But the company's ran by Mr. Miles Sylvester.
That name didn't come up in our database. I wonder why.
No need to be alarmed. That's just a fact you'll never receive from your New York office. That's one of those local-only known facts.
I see. Well, thanks for the info, Mr.
Baker, Carlton Baker, sales rep for F.J. Aaron's Food. We're all over Alabama and looking to secure distribution with Molson to help us expand throughout the Southeast.
Well, good luck with that.
Mr. Connors, Mrs. Sylvester has a very busy day, but we'll try to fit you in, or would you like to make an appointment for another time?
Well, if I have a choice, then I'll wait to see him today.
That's fine. Can I get you a cup of coffee while you wait?
No. I'm okay. But thanks anyway.
Mr. Baker, Mrs. Sylvester will be ready to see you in about 15 minutes.
Great. World record timing considering the last meeting. Since Sylvester's the only one running things, you can earn your retirement pension waiting for a meeting.
Mr. Baker was right on the money. Waiting was all that went on for the next 4 hours. So after chatting with Mr. Baker for an hour, so much for 15 minutes, and waiting for the young lady in the lobby to finish her meeting with Mr. Sylvester and his daily meetings with the warehouse supervisor and foreman, I finally got to meet the mysterious man running Molson.
Mr. Connors, Mr. Sylvester will see you now. Mr. Connors from New York.
Welcome to Molson, Mr. Connors, and thank you for being patient.
Oh, no. Thank you for taking the time to see me on such short notice.
Please have a seat. Now, if I'm understanding this correctly, you represent an investment company in New York.
Yes, we're always looking for companies that we feel shows profitability. Once we locate one, we invite them to join our group.
Well, I must admit, I'm quite flattered that our little operation would catch the attention of a big New York City firm.
And allow me to add that we know and respect the hard work and dedication that it takes to start a company from the ground up. So we make certain that everyone involved in upper management is well compensated.
Oh, I see.
But I'm probably jumping the gun here. This is really a conversation I should be having with the ownership of the company. No offense.
Oh, none taken. But believe me, Mr. Connors, you're talking to the right person. Even if you contacted the Molsons directly, you'd wind up in that chair speaking to me. I will pass on the message that your company has interest in doing business with us. Did Miss Anna receive your contact information?
Oh yes, she did. But I'll be here in Dothan until I get an official response from the ownership.
That's fine. Allow me to walk you out. Thank you again for coming down, Mr. Connors, and you shall hear from us shortly.
It was my pleasure. And thanks again.
Anna, no calls or interruptions until I come back out, okay?
Sure thing, Mrs. Sylvester.
So what were you able to find out from him?
Not much. He says his company is interested in merging with us.
So that means their interest is in taking over, correct?
I would assume that they're talking about some kind of buyout.
Are you certain he's not an undercover cop of any kind?
We checked his face against Fed, U.S. Treasury, Secret Service, DEA database. There's no record of him employed by any of them.
And what about this NYC investment firm?
A real company. But the only Jason Connors we were able to find, 60-year-old chart reader. But it took some serious digging.
So, whoever this guy is, he has strong connections. So what are you thinking?
Thinking he's a corporate raider or a green mailer. Or at the least the initial contact for one came down to fill us out.
Well, Miles, it was your decision to take us public. And now we have people showing up to buy us out?
I know, Mrs. Molson.
I suggest you find a way to get rid of this Mr. Connors. And do so as soon as possible. Goodbye. Thank you, Luther.
A called up Mick to have him look into Mr. Miles Sylvester. But like the salesman said, this was really something that needed to be handled on the local level. So I decided to check out the club across the street from my room. Just as I expected, there wasn't anything going on at the club on a Monday evening. The two employees, Bobby, the bartender, and Pink, the part-time singer and full-time waitress, were happy to see me. They were more than happy to fill me in on Mr. Miles Sylvester and how the Molsons quietly ran this town.
Let's see. I think it was Sylvester's senior year.
No. It had to be his junior year. I remember him hopping around on his crutches before he went off to college.
Okay, his junior year. Anyway, he broke his leg during the best football season of Dothan High's history.
Yeah, we were 6-0 and had a real chance at the state championship. Until Miles' injury. He was our star running back. Averaged 115 yards per game through high school.
And Mr. Molson Sr. was a big football fan. Even paid for their scoreboard and uniforms.
Wow, that's serious dedication.
Yeah, him and Miles got real close, and he paid his college tuition and hired him right on the spot.
Yeah, Sylvester is the son Mr. Molson always wanted.
Huh? But Mr. Molson had a son, right? Mike Jr.
Mikey's his child, but he's his mother's son. Never played any sports and don't want to have anything to do with family business.
That's true. I believe him and Judith is going to sell the company the moment their mother takes her last breath.
Guess you can say Pink spoke of the Princess of Dothan, because within 10 minutes, Judith Molson and a few of her friends entered the club. I decided to stick around a bit longer. And just as I expected, within a few minutes, Miss Judith Molson made her way over.
Hey, Bobby, let me get something cold.
Sure. Anything in particular?
I'll have whatever he's having. So, I hear you're from New York.
Oh yeah? So where'd you hear that from?
From Anna, down at the warehouse. So you are from New York, right?
Among other places.
Here you go, Judy.
So who am I speaking to?
Oh, come on. I know your people didn't send you to purchase a company without knowing who the owners
Jason, this is Miss Judy Molson.
Wow, really?
are. Yes, really.
And I was just about to offer to pay for your drink. But I guess that wouldn't really impress you, huh?
Well, I'm flattered, but this is my place. So how about I give you your drinks on the house?
Well, now I'm flattered.
Bobby, could you give us a minute?
Sure. No problem, Judy.
Isn't your man gonna get the wrong idea about us?
First of all, I don't have a man, and anyone who couldn't handle me having a drink with another guy isn't worth my time.
Well, here comes your friend. Yo, Judy, what's up?
Now, I know you didn't just come over here like that.
Well, it's getting late, so I guess I'll be headed back to the hotel.
Jason, you don't have to leave.
No, I have a full day tomorrow anyway. But I'll be in town until I speak with your brothers, so we'll see each other again. Hey, Bobby, see you later.
Okay. Have a good night.
Hey, Jason, if you're still here, come back on Friday to see my set.
Sure, no problem. Sure, I'll be back. I think I found my way inside the Molson Empire. I must admit, I was real impressed with Judith. The way she handled herself and her so-called not boyfriend, friend. Things were proven to be just as Bobby and Pink described them. Judith didn't seem too worried about someone being interested in purchasing her family company. I think the fresh new face in the small town was more impressive to her. For now, I'll keep the heat on Mr. Sylvester. Tomorrow, I'll insist on a tour of the facility and question the validity of their past 3-year finances.
Hey, you New York nigga!
Now, if you know it's good for you, you'll pack up and get the hell out of Dothan. Let's get the hell out of here.
Well, this certainly changes my plans for tomorrow. Talking about being caught slipping. Ouch.
Madam, Mikey Jr. has arrived.
Thank you very much, Luther.
Okay, so what's so important that I have to fly back from Biloxi?
Mikey, have a seat. Luther, will you please bring him a drink?
Yes, ma'am. The usual, Mikey?
Yeah? Yes, Luther, that'll be fine. Since you're here, I guess this is some pressing family business, correct? Well, is somebody gonna say something or what?
Okay, I guess it's best that I explain what's going on. When Pop Molson passed and I took over, I found out we were barely breaking even. I mean, we were one bad month away from our books falling into the red. Anyway, while on a trip to renew the contract with one of the coffee manufacturers in Colombia, I was approached with another deal.
What kind of deal exactly?
Mike, we're the largest importer of cocaine in North America.
We're the what? Did you say we're importing cocaine? Have you completely lost your damn mind?
It was not Miles who made the decision. He came to me with their proposal, and after looking at the books, I told him to make the deal.
No. No, ma'am. This has Miles written all over it. And don't give me that bull about the books. Dad ran this company for over 30 years, and he didn't need to import drugs or anything else illegal.
Come on, Luther.
Here you are, sir.
Thanks, Luther. Perfect timing as usual.
You know I'll always be looking out for you, sir.
That'll be all, Luther. Thank you.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So how long have we been in the drug trafficking business?
We started almost 2 years after Michael's death.
I cannot believe this. Dad, I know, is rolling over in his grave. What are you going to do when the DEA or the FBI comes with arrest warrants for all of us? Including Judy.
We're already set up with plausible deniability.
Oh, really? Well, this I have to hear.
We set it up so that the product already has custom inspected seals when it reaches us,
Everyone at the shop thinks that we're the second or third stop for the product.
when actually the product's coming here straight from South America, and no one at the plant opens U.S. custom seal freight. We just move it along to its final destination.
So if it's been going on so smoothly, why are you telling me all this now?
You're right, things were going smooth. So smooth, in fact, the money started rolling faster than we could account for it.
So that's the real reason for you wanting to take the company public.
Of course, we had to show a reason for a net profit of over $10 million in as little as 7 years.
That still doesn't explain this certain urge to confess.
Well, one thing about going public is that the company records also become public.
So, to any would-be investors out there, we look like a company that's too good to resist, and one of those have come forward.
Earlier today, I got an unannounced visit by someone calling themselves Jason Connors from NYC Investments. We checked him out and know he's lying.
Sylvester's pretty certain he's a green mailer or corporate pirate here to start a hostile takeover.
We can't allow that to happen. It goes without saying.
I can't wait to hear your plan to prevent this. I mean, all your ideas have been ingenious so far.
Michael, that's not necessary. Let's not forget neither you nor Judy wants to run this company, so you can't criticize the person that stood up in your place.
Mother, you're right. Miles, please accept my apology. Now what can I do to help?
This Mr. Connors wants to speak to you personally as CEO. I want you to meet with him, tell him no thanks, no matter what he's offering.
Well, that sounds simple enough. Okay, Miles, set it up.
That may not be necessary. See, Mrs. Molson ordered me to get rid of him, so I paid a couple of local hotheads to rough him up a bit.
You did what?
Oh my God! What a boneheaded move. If this guy wasn't suspecting anything before now, he will be. How many times do you think he's been attacked physically during a corporate takeover?
He has no reason to expect us. He's a black guy from up north. Let's not forget, this is still Alabama.
So this is what we've come to. Pushing dope and hiring hoods to beat up potential buyers? Wait a minute. 2 years ago after my dad's death. The chicken processing plant fire. That was you too?
Not exactly. I explained about our competing with the plant for workers. And next thing I knew, it went up in flames.
I'm gonna do whatever necessary to protect my family first, and the company my dad started. But you hear this loud and clear. The day someone knocks on this door with handcuffs for my mother and sister is the day you disappear like Jimmy Hoffa.
Michael Mawson!
I mean it. Both of you best keep Judy out of this, or I'll turn us all in myself.
Yeah, what is it?
Excuse the late hour, please. I'm Detective Brown of the Dalton Police Department. I found your name and number in a Jason Connor's phone.
Jason's phone. Is he okay?
Well, there was an incident this evening. It seems someone attempted to mug.
Mug him? Where's he now? Is he hurt? Can I speak to him?
He's fine, just fine. They're keeping him at the hospital overnight just for precaution. I am trying to contact his company, a NYC investment group. Would you have a number for them?
NYC Investment? Oh, yeah. Yes, I can contact them. Are you sure he's okay? Detective...
It's Brown, Dale Brown. And yes, Mr. Connors will be fine. Here, let me give you my name and number in case someone from his company would like to call back.
You called my cell, so I was able to lock in your number. 334-555-4123, correct?
Correct.
Thank you again, Detective Brown, for calling me, and I'll let the proper people know what happened to Jason.
No problem. And like I said before, your friend is doing fine. And once again, sorry for the late hour. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Detective Brown, and thanks. Come on, Mickey. Pick up. Pick up.
Hey, Mick,
Hi,
I invited
Mickey.
some friends over. I hope you don't mind.
No, I guess not. I'm assuming you left me some dinner.
Didn't know if you were coming back tonight, so I let the girls have it.
Then you and the girls need to get in the kitchen and get to work.
Pedophiles looking at kids on MySpace, pants hanging low to the knees. What's wrong with my race? Showing their ass, they sitting back.
Wow, girl. Your cousin is so cute.
Oh, God, please don't let me hear you said that. He already thinks he's God's gifts to women.
Who thinks they're God's gifts to women?
Oh, nobody, you know. We're talking about boy one of our classes. What?
You know what? Get your behind out my chair.
Are you serious?
Come on now. I've had a long day.
Mick, you do know I'm 22 and a junior in college, right?
Yeah, but you're also my cousin. And since you didn't want to stay in the dorm, you have to abide by my rules. And rule number 1 is stay out of my chair.
I thought he was 12 years older than you.
Yeah, that sounds like something my baby brother would say. I don't want nobody sitting in my chair.
No, he's really a sweetheart. Aren't you, Mickey?
Since you girls all stay at the college, isn't it past your curfew or something?
Oh, curfew? Curfew? What's that?
Hold that thought for a minute. Yo, what's up, Wendy? Say that again? But I just spoke to him a few hours ago. Didn't you talk with him? A Detective Brown? Yeah, you said Brown, right? Okay, no, I'm leaving now. Gotta get to Alabama. I'll call you tomorrow.
Oh. Okay.
pushing what I got, yeah. Ride with me, I'll be on the spot. Pushing what I got, pushing what I got, yeah. Cause I'ma grind until I get mine, Cause I'ma grind until I get mine, Cause I'ma grind until I get mine, get mine.
Cash crooks and come-ups, police perpetrators, player haters all among us. Murder, misery, madness, that's all Marvin sung us. Makes me wanna holler, hell on earth, the devil brung us. Like a beat, they think.
Now, this arrested guy has taken over, and the company is becoming a monster.
If Motion Imports were a mob, Miles Sylvester's would be the godfather.
Make it clear to them, no more deliveries until I say so.
How long? It takes longer to answer you than pick the lock.
Police perpetrators, player haters all among us. Murder, misery, madness, that's
Let's go. One more and I'm done.
Hell on earth, the devil brung us. Power of the sea, death, devastation stung us. Like a bee, they dangle bait in our face like honey.
Where to now? The bluff. To catch up with your welcoming party. Bingo. So what's your plan now? Don't even think about it. Get down. Get down now. What do you think? Should we just pop them both and leave them here?
I need to speak with Carlos immediately.
As long as he understands, we're not stopping or slowing down operations. Goodbye. Pack your bags.
Well, my two-part question is who are you? And what are you really doing here in Dothan, Alabama?